Coming up on the Daily O, Oklahoma schools are taking a stand against a government request. We'll tell you which ones.
And a potential new statewide holiday. All of this and more is coming up. The Daily O starts now. And I'm Chance Annis. We're glad you're with us. Oklahoma schools were set to hold a moment of silence today in honor of Charlie Kirk, but not all complied. Yesterday, State Superintendent Ryan Walters sent a letter to families that praised Kirk as a free speech activist and say the public schools would be holding a moment of silence for him at noon. He ended the letter by thanking families for, quote, standing with us. School districts like the Oklahoma City Public Schools, Norman Public Schools, the Deer Creek School District, and more pointed to the daily scheduled moment of silence each day that is, quote, provided for students and staff to reflect, meditate, pray, or engage in other silent activity, and decided to opt out of the additional request. Deer Creek Superintendent Jason Perez added the additional moment of silence is, quote, both unnecessary and creates an interruption to the instructional day.
That's not the only way Oklahoma government officials want to honor Charlie Kirk. The Oklahoma Republican Party wants to establish a state holiday as a tribute to the late internet sensation. The Oklahoma Republican Party said, quote, we feel like his death should be commemorated and is no different than Martin Luther King or any other civil rights activist. State Representative Gabe Woolley said he would support the effort and reflected on Kirk's time on college campuses in Norman and Stillwater. State holidays don't work like federal holidays, so most employees likely won't get the day off work. But the state Republican Party said they want to help making him remembered possible.
In other school news, the Oklahoma Supreme Court has temporarily blocked controversial new academic standards for social studies education while a lawsuit challenging their constitutionality is pending. In a court ruling on Monday, it was decided that Oklahoma public schools must revert to the previous version of the social studies standards approved in 2019, and the state cannot enforce nor spend funds to implement the 2025 social studies standards until the court issues another order for the case. Under the new standards, elementary students have to learn Bible stories and Jesus' teachings that influenced the American colonists, founders, and culture. In 5th and 8th grades, students must be taught the Judeo-Christian values that influenced America's founders. The plaintiffs contended the new social studies standards would violate students' religious liberties by requiring them to learn from the Bible.
There's a special new addition at the OKC Zoo as an endangered monkey is born. According to the Oklahoma City Zoo, the infant was born to the Sanctuary Asia habitat to parents Pam and Ripley on September 8th. This is the couple's second offspring, the first being Farrah, born in 2024. The Oklahoma City Zoo Executive Director and CEO Dwight Lawson said, quote, every birth is a cause for celebration, but for conservationists, this one is special. The Francois langur, also known as the Francois leaf monkey, has been listed as endangered by the International Union for Conservation of Nature as the mature wild population is between 2,000 and 2,100, which is down nearly 50% over the last 37 years. While the baby boy has yet to be named, he will soon join the rest of his family in their outdoor habitat.
Well, it has been a hot and sunny one here in Stillwater today, but what can we expect this evening? Bridget Nye is in the Weather Center with the latest. Bridget?
Thanks for that, Chance. Hey there, Cowboys. Let's check out that Tuesday forecast. Starting out with our current conditions, we're going to be seeing 91 degrees with bright and sunny skies. For our wind speeds, we're looking at 8 miles per hour from the southeast. These warm temperatures are making it not feel like fall today. That's it for now for me. Back to you at the desk.
Looking forward to it, Bridget. When we return, a look at how OSU is keeping students safe during tailgating season.
And the Daily O returns right after this.
Got a computer issue? Meet AB Computers, Stillwater's trusted experts in computer repairs. We understand how important your devices are to you. That's why we offer fast turnaround times, so you're never disconnected for long.
Hello, my name is Roger Smith. I'm the owner of AB Computers here in Stillwater. I offer excellent services for repairs, upgrades, custom build of systems. I do Mac and PC repair. I've got best prices on pretty much everything you can look for.
We service all types of computers, from PCs and gaming rigs to tablets and everything in between. Whatever your tech needs, AB Computers is your one-stop solution. Whether it's a locked screen, a sluggish system, or any other tech trouble, AB Computers has you covered. Visit us at 211 North Perkins Road, Suite number 10, right next to Walmart. Our new location offers easy access and plenty of parking, making it more convenient than ever to get the expert help you need.
Ace in the Bowl salsa started many, many years ago. I was trying to find a recipe to take to a family gathering, and so I started messing around with different recipes, and I took a little bit from here and a little bit from there, and I came up with a salsa that is truly unique. Ace in the Bowl salsa is an olive oil-based salsa with tomatoes, green chilies, green onions, and black olives. There's no sugar added, it's gluten-free, low calorie, low carb, low fat, low sodium. So it's a very, very, very good alternative to any snack you may want. As of right now, I'm just looking to be in Oklahoma and having a successful business within the state. If my grandkids could ever take it over when they're old enough, that would be my dream.
We would design something, it was set on the counter, and people was either, if enough of them said, you know, this isn't it, it never made to the line. Dad was excited that they're all original. They were all designed on Mom's kitchen table, and it gets in your blood after a while.
We're very happy that Pamela and Michael have taken over the business and kept the family going.
We took the business over in 2017. When we found that it was available, we wanted to keep the legacy of family alive, but it was also incredible products that deserved to be a part of Made in Oklahoma's story. We were a part of Made in Oklahoma years ago, and so it kind of grew as Made in Oklahoma grew.
Oklahoma is ingrained into everything that we did. We've been here most of our life. That's what we entailed our whole business on, was the Oklahoma homegrown feeling.
With college football season underway, tailgating is in full swing, and the Department of Wellness is making sure students stay safe. With concerns about alcohol on campus, the Department of Wellness launched the Mock Tailgate. The event sees the Department of Wellness bring together safety and health services across campus together to help students. The different games and tables allow students to learn in a fun environment. Chuck Lester, the Assistant Director for Community Wellness, says that substances surrounding students on game day, 'tis important they are prepared.
Event like a tailgating event where it's everywhere. Right? If you walk across campus, you see it everywhere. We need to make sure that we've got some good rules in place. Then it's how everybody interacts with the time in this space. And our thought here is that in a space where we know that that's going to be very accessible and there's going to be lots of people doing it, do our students have some of those defense mechanisms built in? Do they know to make a plan? So hopefully we help find that here. We give them some practical skills that they'll be able to apply in those areas where, again, we know that it's very accessible, and even though there are some really good rules in place, hopefully then our students will interact with that in a more responsible way and still have fun.
That's fine. It seems like temperatures have been on the rise, but what does the rest of the week look like? Bridget Nye is back in the Weather Center with what we can expect. Bridget?
Thanks, Chance. Hey there, Cowboys. Let's check out that radar coming in. For our Wednesday going into Thursday, we're going to be seeing a storm system up in the north, and the tail end is going to be at the top of Oklahoma, including Stillwater. Going to Friday, that storm is going to continue to push down we're seeing darker levels of green, which means more precipitation here in the Stillwater area. Going into Saturday, that storm is pushing eastward, and again, that tail end is going to be in the base of Oklahoma, with everyone seeing a chance of storms. what to look out for. With those storms, we still are seeing higher UVs and temperatures when it is not raining, but we do have chances of rain. And with chances of rain, we're going to see much needed cloud coverage to protect us this weekend. That's it for me. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks for that, Bridget. It's time to bring out the stethoscopes. This past weekend, the nursing program at Oklahoma State University honored a record-breaking 101 students at its 4th annual White Coat ceremony. Dr. Danette Mendez, Senior Vice President and Provost of OSU, highlighted the importance of the program and its impact students have on the community, saying, quote, "The nursing shortage is one of the most pressing challenges facing Oklahoma. Each one of you has chosen to step forward and meet that challenge. The record-breaking number of students brings hope that OSU's nursing program will continue to expand the university's commitment to service of others, commitment to knowledge, and leadership for the public good for years to come." When we return, Trump signs another order to deploy the National Guard and other government agencies.
And big updates to one museum despite the Trump administration's investigations into others. The Daily O returns right after this.
Deep Fork Foods started in 2014. We started off with our nut products, and now we produce everything from jarred products to cookie mixes and pancake mixes and dried products for people, as well as our spice blends. Now we produce over 168 different products for ourselves and about 20 to 30 other companies in Oklahoma.
I'm Cindy Stewart. I'm one of the owners of Deep Fork Foods. We've gone from just making our own stuff and doing just small things to being able to co-pack and work with other companies and individuals within Oklahoma and across the United States as well.
I'm just really thankful for the journey that we've had so far and really look forward to the future where we're taking Deep Fork Foods and being able to provide more value for Oklahoma and its economy, as well as all the people within the state.
I love the opportunities that being in a food business provides. I absolutely love sharing food and good stories with people, so this just gives us another connection. And I can't wait to see where this path takes us with it.
We would design something, it was set on the counter, and people was either, if enough of them said, this isn't it never made to the line. Dad was excited that they're all original. They were all designed on Mom's kitchen table, and it gets in your blood after a while.
We're very happy that Pamela and Michael have taken over the business and kept the family going.
We took the business over in 2017. When we found that it was available, we wanted to keep the legacy of family alive, but it was also incredible products that deserved to be a part of Made in Oklahoma's story. We were a part of Made in Oklahoma years ago, and so it kind of grew as Made in Oklahoma grew.
Oklahoma is ingrained into everything that we did. We've been here most of our life. That's what we entailed our whole business on, was the Oklahoma homegrown feeling.
President Donald Trump signed an order to send a task force to Memphis to crack down on crime. Trump said this task force would consist of the National Guard, the FBI, ATF, DEA, ICE, Homeland Security, the U.S. Marshal, and more. The effort is expected to get underway this month, despite reported lowering crime rates already taking place. Police Chief C.J. Davis said last week that the Memphis has seen historical reductions in crime rates, including a murder rate that has dropped to a 6-year low. Memphis isn't the only city on Trump's sights, though. He said that Chicago is, quote, probably next. Trump also mentioned St. Louis and New Orleans.
One area the Trump administration can't reach is the National Civil Rights Museum, and they're looking forward to sharing their new updates. The months-long renovation, which cost nearly $60 million, adds 6 new galleries, as well as classrooms and interactive experiences, changing a relatively static museum into a dynamic place. The museum is expanding at a critical time when others, like the Smithsonian Institution, are under investigation by the Trump administration, with the plans of rooting out woke ideology and what it considers anti-American propaganda. The National Civil Rights Museum is privately funded, protecting it from these orders and allowing it to include an LGBTQ+ institute, Training in DEI Inclusion, and its Truth and Transformation Initiative, designed to spread awareness about forced labor, racial terror, and other historic injustices.
Trump filed a $15 billion defamation lawsuit late last night against the New York Times. Some of its most prominent reporters for articles and a book that claimed he built his fortune and reputation in part through fraud. The lawsuit also cites multiple accounts of defamatory statements about the president, including an interview with Trump's chief of staff from his first term, who said Trump was, quote, the definition of a fascist. Statements like these have left Trump's legal team to claim, quote, today the Times is a full-throated mouthpiece of the Democratic Party. The Trump administration also recently sued another press giant, the Wall Street Journal, over claims that Trump had sent a, quote, body and sexual suggestive massage 2 decades ago to Jeffrey Epstein, which the president claims is untrue. Both lawsuits display the ongoing conflict between the White House and the press.
A New York judge dismissed 2 terror-related murder charges against Luigi Mangione, finding they are, quote, legally insufficient. Manginone's defense argued the charges should be tossed because crimes of terrorism, as defined in New York state legislation, referred to attacks on multiple civilians, not a shooting of a single individual. Judge Gregory Caro granted their request through terror-related charges were dropped. The 27-year-old still faces a count of second-degree murder in the killing of United Healthcare's CEO. While second-degree murder is technically less severe than the previous top state charges against Mangione, he still faces a potential sentence of 25 years to life in prison if convicted. Today's ruling did nothing to alter the federal murder case against him, which the Justice Department plans to seek the death penalty.
We often associate mummies with Egypt, where the oldest ones are roughly 4,500 years old. But researchers claim to have found ones much older halfway around the world. In a study that examined numerous burials from 11 archaeology sites across China and Southeast Asia, some burials were found to have been up to 14,000 years old. Co-author to the study, Professor Peter Bellwood, suggests the mummies, quote, belong to an original hunter-gatherer population that occupied Southeast Asia in Paleolithic times, occupying areas such as modern-day Australia and New Guinea. These foundings break the previous record for oldest mummies, once held by burial sites in modern-day Peru and Chile, were mummies over 7,000 years old.
A game plan for the upcoming Cowboy football game this week. Andrew Dunham has that and more in the Sports Center right after this.
My name's Dennis Abernathy. Lived here since 1968, and I consider myself one of Stillwater's oldest original family jewelers. Here at Dennis the Jeweler, we're more about personal service. My father always told me that anybody can sell the jewelry, and what we're doing is completely different, learning to do the repair work. That is one thing that will keep your business alive, because anybody can sell it, but not anybody can fix it. To me, jewelry is very, very personal. Every piece of jewelry has its own story, and I get to hear hundreds of stories from my clients, which I love to hear. There's always a story with it. I mean, you buy a piece of jewelry for a show of appreciation, a sign of love. There are a lot of different aspects for jewelry when you purchase it.
My wife lived east of here, about 35, 40 miles, something like that, over at Lamont. I was dating her from over at Alba when we were going to college. I knew about the well then. It was a great well. It was great water. I'd stop there, stick my head under it, wake up, drive on home, that kind of thing. And people talked about bottling this water. And so that's why I started thinking about doing that. And so in 2003, the property come up for sale. And so we started working on that, had the opportunity to buy it. The hopes are when folks drink our water is that they'll drink it for a few days and find out the difference. They'll start feeling better because there's been no chemical in our water. There's a list of good things that we have. We don't have any bad things in it. This company means a lot to me because I guess we started it from scratch. And to be able to have it where it's at today, I don't see this as the end at all. I see the future of Divine Water as being worldwide, which will bring outside dollars into the state. great. It means a lot to me because I started it, I guess, and our family started it.
Welcome back into the Daily O, and welcome into the Sports Corner. I'm Andrew Dunham. Thanks for joining, everybody. Cowboy football is back this Friday night for a blackout game against the Tulsa Golden Hurricanes. After a much-needed bye week with this tough loss against Oregon, the Pokes are looking for another win. Yesterday, head coach Mike Gundy talked to the media for the first time in 2 weeks, where he reflects on last week's practice and is ready to get back in BPS.
We had good practice last week, 4 practices, and came back, had a little workout last night. They've done well. Yeah, I think they were excited to get back out there, and I mentioned to them and the staff this morning, players last night, that their practice last night was really good and crisp and emotional and enthusiastic and all those things.
With the Tulsa game this week, conference play is just around the corner. Next week, Oklahoma State Cowboys will take on the Baylor Bears here in Stillwater. The OSU-Baylor game time was announced with a 2:30 kickoff on Saturday, the 27th. This will be the first conference game of the season for the Pokes and the second for the Baylor Bears, and will be the first Saturday game at Boone Pickens Stadium this year. Speaking of college football, it makes Oklahoma go around. The state of Oklahoma ranks among the top states without an NFL team. Out of the 26 states without a team, Oklahoma ranks 3rd. Props.com pulled in several key factors to the rankings, including devoted college fan bases and championship history. Various Oklahomans support out-of-state teams, including the Dallas Cowboys and the Kansas City Chiefs. But the rich college football history here in Oklahoma propels the state to the top. Oklahoma is only topped by Alabama and Virginia in the rankings. Cowgirls soccer is set to host the Kansas Jayhawks later this week. The girls are coming off a huge win to complete their non-conference portion of the season. 4 goals were scored in the first 18 minutes over East Texas A&M. Cowgirls hope to take the momentum from this win into their first game of Big 12 play versus the Jayhawks. The last time the Cowgirls met the Jayhawks, they brought a 3-0 win home to Stillwater. The game is set for 7 p.m. on Thursday at Neil Patterson Stadium. Well, that's all we have today from the Sports Corner, but don't go anywhere. Some say eye for an eye, but what about eye for a tooth? Chance and Kendall have it right after this.
I'm Travis Taylor. I'm the general manager for the Hotel Indigo Tulsa Downtown. I have a real good understanding of the food scene in Tulsa, and I've loved to see the way it's evolved over the years, and I'm glad to be part of it.
My name's Kevin Kyle. I'm the executive chef. I started here, the idea was to do something local. Everything that we try to do has Oklahoma products.
Tulsa is a big oil boom when we were the oil capital in the early 1900s. How Route 66 put Tulsa on the map. And the menu around that was, well, what would an oil worker take out in their lunchbox? That's how Prospect kind of came from.
We never get crazy busy, so we can do a lot of different things with food. And we can do things like wine dinners and have local dinners. We have a private dining room that people can come.
I think being at the heart of the old Route 66 has kind of weighed into us getting a lot of different things brought in from different areas of the United States. When I taste something on our menu for the first time, the first thing I go is, that's Tulsa.
My name's Kayla. I've been here since the beginning, so 4 years. Scratch is more focused on farm and mostly made in Oklahoma products, keeping it local. Sustainability is our biggest thing. That's one of the reasons why this place opened.
I've been the chef here at Scratch for 2.5 years. Started here as a line cook. Our food and drinks are a bit separate entities almost inside the restaurant. So the food is now up to 85% of the products we bring in are raised or grown locally. It's all based off of things that I grew up eating in southern Oklahoma, the things my grandparents ate,
Fresh food, clean food, organic food, sustainability, that's all of our thing. From front of house to back of house, we're able to maintain both with freshness. But made in Oklahoma means we get it straight from the farms that are 20, 30 minutes, another little county away. We get it straight from them.
A famous actor was pronounced dead today. Brianna Burgeon has that and more in your A-List update. Brianna?
Thanks, Chance. It's a sad day for fans everywhere as Robert Redford's death was made public. According to his publicist, Cindy Berger, Robert passed away earlier today in the beautiful hills of Sundance, Utah, at the age of 89. Redford was a well-regarded actor, director, and environmentalist. The star's passion for film making led to his creation of the Sundance Institute, a nonprofit that supports independent film and theater, known for its Sundance Film Festival. Redford was also a dedicated environmentalist, moving to Utah in 1961, leading efforts to preserve the natural landscape of the state and the American West. Berger said Redford will be greatly missed and that the family requests privacy. Festival lovers are already starting to look forward to April as the dates and headliners for Coachella has hit the public. The music festival is set to take place from April 10th to the 12th, with headliners Sabrina Carpenter on Friday, Justin Bieber on Saturday, and Karol G on Sunday. Other popular acts include British rappers Central C, The Strokes, Iggy Pop, and Young Thug. YouTube also returns as the exclusive live stream partner for both Coachella events. Weekend's official YouTube channel. Trends are showing that the 2010s festival vibe is back, so I guess we'll have to see where we head next spring. In other music news, Puerto Rican musician Bad Bunny revealed in an interview that he didn't include the states in his 2025 to 2026 concert tour because of fear that ICE would raid the concert venues. Bad Bunny said, people from the U.S. could come to any shows in other parts of the world, but, quote, there was the issue that ICE could be outside my concert venue, and that's something that we were talking about and very concerned about. The musician has previously been critical of ICE's operation, which have intensified under U.S. President Donald Trump. Bad Bunny is currently touring across 19 countries in 45 upcoming concerts. Up-and-coming actor Owen Cooper made his award-winning youngest male to win an Emmy. The 15-year-old received this award for his breakout performance as a troubled teen in the Netflix original Adolescence. While he's the youngest male to win an Emmy, Roxana Zhao has the head title of youngest Emmy winner since 1984. Zhao was 14 years old when she was awarded for her role in Something About Amelia. Cooper wasn't the only adolescent star to receive an Emmy this season, as the show received over 6, including Best Limited Series, Writing, Directing, and 3 acting prizes. That's all for your A-List update. Back to the desk.
Thanks for that, Brianna. For the first time in 20 years, a man in Canada is finally able to see. Thanks to his tooth. Brett Chapman lost his vision when he was 13 and hasn't been able to regain his sight since then. He was given the opportunity to try a surgery that only a handful of people in the world have tried. It's called tooth and eye surgery. A patient's canine tooth is extracted and formed into a small rectangular shape with a small plastic lens fitted to it. The tooth is sewn back into the patient's cheek for long enough that the connective tissue grows around it, which is then used to fix the tooth over the eye, which holds the new lens in place. Chapman said, quote, "I am very happy to take in the world again. It is such a surreal and euphoric feeling."
That really is great. Today is National Register Voters Day. This day helps make sure that eligible voters are in their districts each year, with the day being placed strategically. Well, before we go, let's go back to the Weather Center where Bridget Nye has our 7-day forecast. Bridget?
Thanks, Chance. Hey there, Cowboys. Let's check out that 7-day forecast. With today, we're going to be seeing some sunny skies, but as we move into the weekend and even next week, those clouds are going to be rolling in. Our temperatures are going to be in the low 90s through the low 80s, with storms coming in starting Thursday. That's it for me at the Weather Center. Back to you at the desk.
All right, Bridget. Well, that's today's headlines. Thank you for joining us.
Make sure to check out the Daily O tomorrow and the rest of the week for the latest happenings here in Stillwater and across the state. For the Daily O, I'm Chance Annis.
And I'm Kendall May Stark. Have a blessed night, everyone.